Okay, for worksheet 8.3e for Friday, this one you have to use a different formula. So this is for infinite geometric series. So for infinite one, we're just gonna use simple formula. Sum of all the numbers, infinite numbers, is the first term divided by 1 minus r. That's it. So just plug in, number one, just plug in the two numbers that you see there. So on top you have negative 2.5 divided by 1 minus the r, which is 0.2. Just type it in as it is in the calculator and you get exactly negative 3.125. Okay, simple as that. So I'm gonna show you where the formula comes from, but it's not really important. So for example, in number one, the r was 0.2. So if you change the r to a 0.2 in the the previous formula for n terms, the r is 0.2, and then n for infinite sequence, there are infinite number of terms, so n becomes infinity. So for calculator, I guess we'll choose a big number for infinity, like 10,000. So if you have 0.2 to the 10,000 power in the calculator, it becomes pretty much a 0. Just try that in a calculator. So any number smaller than 1 to the infinity power will become a 0. So if you do 1 minus 0, that's just 1. And then you multiply a sub 1 times 1 to the numerator, to the top. And you're going to get a sub 1 on top and 1 minus 3 in the bottom. So this works for any r value that's less than 1 for infinite sequence. So that's where the formula comes from. Okay, not that you need to know where the formula comes from, just use it. So for example number 11, the formula says you got to use the first term, a sub 1 is 25. And then you got to figure out the r. So you could use the r in the formula. So the best way to do it is, I don't know, probably a lot too much information for you guys, but it's 25 times what gives you 5. That's the r, right? So 25 times r gives you the 5. So if you kind of solve it as an equation, you divide it by 25 on both sides, so r is equal to 5 over 25. So next time that you have to find an r, you don't have to write the equation. You just simply take any term and then you divide it by the previous term. So I take the 5 and I divide it by the one that's before it. So it turns out to be a fraction. So use the fraction in the formula as it is. Just use parentheses. And I put the dotted parentheses just to show you that that parentheses is really important. Okay, just type everything into a calculator and then you're going to get 31.25 if you did it correctly. Okay, so make sure you use parentheses. And this one, so if you want to know the r, it's any term, just pick any term. So I'll pick negative 0.15, and then you divide it by the previous term, 0.3. So calculator will tell you that that's negative something, and you could plug it in to find the sum. Yay. Okay, 27, summation notation. Please note that on top of the summation notation, there's an infinity symbol. So that tells you not to use the sum formula for the previous worksheet, but use the new formula for the sum, only when it's infinity. And then you need a sub 1. Oh, right. Yeah, you could plug in n equals 1 and solve for it, but you could see a sub 1 by now, right? And then to get the r, well, you're supposed to plug in n equals 2 and get the value and divide it by all that, but maybe you could see what r value is in the equation. Okay, so there's a sum, use parentheses, and you're gonna get the answer exactly negative 3. Oh, by the way, don't use 0.333, it's actually 1/3, so it's negative 3 exactly.